Hello and welcome to the Deadly Pit, my friends. Hey, this is an on your own problem, so you should have solved the entire problem on your own, and now you're checking your work to make sure you did everything correctly. And now, without further ado, let's move on to our scenario. You have fallen into a deadly pit, my friend. Your only hope of escape? Solve this problem. Your deadly pit contains vampire bunnies right there, like Bunnicula. If you didn't read the book, it's actually quite good. And killer pups right there. And they may look cute, but trust me, they are deadly, my friends. Your pit contains 7 times as many killer pups right here as vampire bunnies right there. Oh, by the way, too cute. All right, anyway, let's move on. So, the first thing you must do is write an equation that represents the total number of puppies in your pit. And look at that pit is deep and dark, my friends. All right. Then you're going to let the letter B represent bunnies right here, right? And then you're going to let the letter P represent the pups right there. And let's go ahead and solve that part first. So, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and write B for bunnies, and then equaling P for pups, right? And now I got to look up here at my rule, and it says that there are 7 times as many killer pups as bunnies. So I can just take 7, multiply it by the bunnies, and I will get the killer pups, right? So I'm going to just put 7 in front of this, because anytime you have a number right next to a variable, it means multiply. So 7 times bunnies equals pups. And that's all you needed to do for problem number 1. Hey, if you got that wrong, no worries at all. Pause the video, fix your mistake. That's the fastest way to learn. And now let's move on to challenge part number 2, right? If there are 42 killer pups, how many vampire bunnies are in your pit? All right, well, this is actually really cool. I love doing this. So I'm going to first go ahead and just write the equation again, which is 7b equals P for pups, right? So 7 times the bunnies equals the pups. That's my first step. And next, I'm going to plug in the fact that there's 42 killer pups. So instead of the P, I'm going to write the 42 in there. So I'm going to write 42 right there. And then I'm going to drop the rest of the equation, and I've got 7b equals 42, right? So now I want to get the b all alone, so I'm going to use the box method, right? And let's go ahead and do that right here. So I'm going to box the 7 because I want to get rid of that so that the b will be all alone. And if 7 is being multiplied by b, then I will do the opposite operation, which is division, right? And remember, fractions can be thought of in 3 ways. 7 sevenths, 7 out of 7, or in this case, 7 divided by 7. 7 divided by 7 gives me 1. And anytime you multiply 1 by a variable or a number, you get that same number or variable, right? So this will give me just 1b, right? And that cancels this out on this side of the equal sign, because anytime you multiply anything by 1, you get that same number, okay? So I have gotten rid of this. Now with the box method, that means whatever I do to one side of the equal sign, I must do to the other as well, right? So I'm going to take this 42 and I'm going to divide by 7. So divided by 7. Da, 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 da. I'm going to draw a line here. And now I'm ready to rock and roll. On this side of the equal sign, I got the b all alone, which is exactly what I had wanted to do. And over here, I got 42 divided by 7. Hey, that equals 6. And bam, right there is your answer, my friends. B equals 6. So B is representing the bunnies. So there's 6 bunnies, right? And that was exactly the question that we had here. Actually, let's enlarge this so you can see it a little bit better. And it said, if there's 42 killer pups, then how many vampire bunnies are in the pit? So if you got 42 here, then that means you're going to have 6 of these vampire bunnies. Hey, just like up here, if you made a mistake anywhere along the way, no worries at all. Pause the video, fix your mistake. That is the fastest way to learn. And now let's move on to our third part of this problem. All right, here we go. If there are 72 creatures in all, how many bunnies and puppies are in your deadly pit here? All right, so here's what I'm going to do. First thing I will do is go ahead and create a big old T-chart. Now I'm going to make this a triple-decker T-chart because I got one for bunnies right here, and then I got a column for killer pups right there, and then I'm going to also total up everything that I get, okay? So I know how much the total is for the pit, right? Well, then I'm going to come back up here, and if there's one bunny, right? So here I got one bunny. I'll plug that in, and then if I've got one bunny, that means I need to multiply by 7 to figure out how many puppies I've got, right? So 1 times 7 will give me 7 puppies. So I got 7 pups right there. And then I just have to add these two together to get together. How about together? To get my total. I was trying to talk too fast. I shouldn't do that. All right, 1 plus 7, that's going to give me 8. Superb, my friend. And now I need to figure out how many, and that's a teeny tiny number, and my eyes are old, so I got to look here. That's 72, right? So I got to figure out 72 creatures. So I'm going to come back here and take a look at this 8 and figure out what times 8 will give me 72, because I need 72 down here, right? And I happen to know that 8 times 9 will give me 72, right? And that's exactly what I'm looking for, is what will give me 72. So if there's 72 creatures in all I have to do is take this 9 and multiply it by 7, and then multiply it by 1, right? So 9 times 7 will give me 63 creatures that are killer pups, right? So I'll have 63 of these bad boys right there. And then I'm going to take 9 times 1, and that's easy. That gives me 9, right? So let's just continue this line down. And right there you have the answer, my friend. There are 9 vampire bunnies and 63 killer pups. And if you add 9 and 63, you get 72 for your total. And that is all you needed to do to solve the third problem in this little video here. Hey, if you made a mistake, as always, my friend, pause the video, fix your mistake. That is the fastest way to learn. Hey, until next time, I will hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you soon.